You've seen them too, right? Those weird, colorful, useless, you don't even know why it's here on Pinterest, this AI, right? So today I've decided to take them and actually make it real, because my art may be shitty, but still better than AI. So let's get started on that. Also, hi, welcome. This is a 3-month journal, and today we are making a spread that may not be practical, but is better than made by a machine. And if you're wondering if anyone would be so petty to make a 10-minute video about this, the answer is yes, I am. Because I'm tired of seeing those things on Pinterest and how useless they are, because this is defeating the point of this community. We share together because we want to inspire each other and to be inspired by the work of others. And this AI work is not doing that at all. So I've taken this one with the kitty cat and I'm trying to make it work for me. But you'll see very quickly it doesn't really work, because it's not supposed to work. It was never created to work. It was never created at all, but here. And I start with very simple boxes that will serve as dailies before I move on to the kitty cat. And I'm lucky because I do love to draw a little kitty cat in my book, and I do that very often on my iPad also, so I'm quite used to them, and making them chunky is my favorite thing to do. So you can see I'm just I'm just drawing over and trying to make him work. I'm trying to make his big eyes work because I don't want him to look too much like a bug, but that's okay because it's still better than a computer. And I'm going to be using some Sharpies to make it as black as possible to follow along, but I really do not recommend it because it's bleeding like crazy. Even if the paper is quality, it's still going to be bleeding, so we really do not recommend that. I'm going to be tracing first, of course, and then I'm going to be filling it in. And everything I'm using in this video is super simple to show you that anything you've got at home is better than whatever it is that ChatGPT, I'm guessing, is just spewing at you and stealing from other artists in this platform. So really, we just need a few pens, a few color pencils, 1 or 2 highlighters, and we are good to go. I will also be using some very easy stickers, but those ones are super cheap to find on Amazon, for example. Like I said, I'm going to be tracing over so that I know how to draw within the lines, because I am a 5-year-old apparently, and I'm going to start with the colors so that I know not to draw over them. I want this to pop, so I'm taking some vibrant colors that are going to be doing that against the black and against the white of the page. And that's more than fine to just decide on your own colors, because you are the master of your own journal and you can do whatever you want. And I'm going to keep coloring in, tiny nose, tiny ears, before I'm going to go in with the black Sharpie. And you may be wondering, why this video? Why is she doing that? And the answer is very simple. First, I'm tired of seeing all of that on Pinterest when I'm actually looking for proper inspiration, because those things were not made with practicality in mind. They were just made to kind of look pretty. And if you look at any of them, beside the gibberish of the language used, there's no use to them. There's no point in them, because they were not made with anyone in mind. They were not made to be practical. They were not made to be used on a daily basis. And that's what we're trying to do today. We're trying to make something that doesn't work actually work. And also to show you that it doesn't take that long to make something work. You don't have to spend 2 hours on a single spread to make it look decent, make it look like you want it to look. And you don't have to be Picasso or anything like that to make art. And that really is the most important part. You just need to pick up your pen and get started. Which is also why you won't see me using any kind of fancy tools today. It's something that anyone can buy from the corner store, anyone can buy online for cheap, and it's very open and affordable, because you don't need the fancy stickers, you do not need the fancy highlighters and the nice pens to get started. You just need a pen and a notebook and your creativity. And I'll be honest, I do kind of look how the cat is looking. It's very cute, but that's also because I made it a bit of my own. I'm used to drawing cats on my iPad, like I said, when I'm chill and when I want to just pass the time. So it's kind of the same vibe I'm going with. Mine usually a bit more cartoonish. This one is already cartoonish enough, but mine have like bigger ears, bigger faces, stuff like this. But it's very familiar to what I'm used to. And the beauty of all of it is that you're not stealing from anyone when you are drawing. You're just doing your own thing. Of course, you can take inspiration from others. I've taken inspiration from others for spreads my entire life, ever since I started. But at least it's me doing it. It's not a machine, and it's not a machine claiming to be anything else than just a machine. It's not art. It's not stolen. It's nothing like this. It's just me and my notebook. And so now that we've made the cat, we're going to try to make this a bit more useful. I'm going to start with some shadow on each of the boxes in blue. Why blue? Because that was the first pen I found, and I do like the color of it. And it doesn't look neat, it doesn't look perfect, but that's fine with me because it doesn't need to be perfect. It just needs to be. And as you can see here, we've got so many boxes, and it's ridiculous. For the heck of it, I decided to replicate exactly how many boxes were on that AI spread and to find a use for each of them, which is hard, really, really hard, because that's way too many for a weekly spread or any kind of spread, really. So let's see what we're going to be doing. And if you've been following me along my videos, you know that I don't usually do weeklies because that doesn't work for me at all. So it's a bit of a challenge too, to be able to put a use to each of the boxes and to make it look decent and useful. I'm just going to try to put some decoration here. I'm going to put July, even though we are posting at the end of November, because it's a tiny box, so we need a tiny month. And I'm just going to do some calligraphy by just writing it down and then adding the shadows on the letters. That's the way I always do it because I'm just not good at calligraphy and I can't seem to learn, but that's okay. We all have our weaknesses. And next I'm going to keep adding some stickers just to try to make it a bit more truthful to the source. Should I call it inspiration? Probably not. Just trying to replicate whatever that was. And it just so happened that I had the kind of stickers that matches the vibe and match also the color scheme I'm going for. So that's perfect for me. And you can see this is barely sped up. So you can take just 10 minutes to make something look good. You can take even less time if you want to make something more minimalistic or to skip over the stickers. That's more than fine. So let's find some spaces to use. We're going to have some to-do list, some goals, and some keywords for work. As you can see, I was counting the boxes to make sure there's enough of them for a week. And then I'm going to go and write down the different days of the week in there to be able to do my dailies. I'm pretty sure this is not the logical way to do it, like counterclockwise and then up and down. This is absolutely not my favorite, but let's get going. If it works with you, it works with you. I'm not judging. And you can see the issue. The cat is taking so much space that there's barely anything left to do for the actual task. I can only put like 4 or 5 at best on every day, which, okay, might work for you. It definitely doesn't work for me, but that's fine. It doesn't need to be working for me. It just needs to be working, right? And that's the point, isn't it? It's just not working because it was never meant to work. It was just meant to look pretty on Pinterest and to get clicks and to make someone happy because they get notifications on an app. But what's the point of it if it's not useful on a daily basis? What's the point of it existing if it doesn't exist for anything at all besides stealing from creators and stealing from artists and stealing from anyone ever? So Is this video a bit condescending? Yeah, maybe, but I don't care because I'd rather be condescending than have my journal being taken over by a machine, and I'd rather be condescending to AI than just think it's okay to let it happen, because it's not okay. It never was, and that's not something I want to keep going and something I want to keep seeing. And I'm not going to lie, I do use ChatGPT in my daily life as a teacher because it is a time saver. But I don't think AI was ever meant to be making art, making music, making videos, making photos. AI is supposed to help us with the task we don't want to do, so we ourselves can be making art, making music, making books. And that's just defeating the point because there's no creativity in that. There's no soul. There's no personality. There's just a nice picture. And really, what is the point? But we do make it work because we know better than just following blindly what we see on the internet, right? Right? So here you have it. A spread that kind of works, kind of doesn't, but at least it was made by a real human, and that's more important than anything else. So have a good day, and I'll see you next week for another video.